And now for the highlight of the evening, we get a chance to bring, in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, our student alumna speaker. Her name is Jielu. She is a class of 2019 Minds Matter Bay Area graduate, as well as a 2023 University of Chicago graduate. Yeah, come on, louder, louder. That's right, thank you. There we go. Jielu, all for you, all for you. And is in the midst of applying to med school right now. I think she said 47 applications, something insane, a very high number of applications that she was writing her applications for med school as she was working on her speech for school night. So that is the sheer breadth of her talent, so get ready. But before we bring Jielu up on stage, she's such a rock star that she needs to have another set of introducers, right, for her before she comes on. And so to help warm the stage are two incredible people in their own right. We have Jason Ching and Beryl Yan. They are Jielu's mentors from when Jielu was at Minds Matter Bay Area in the years 2016 to 2019. Remarkably, Beryl and Jason have stayed in touch with Jielu, have remained friends with her for pretty much this whole decade long, have seen her through all the exciting moments of her high school years, her college years, and now her years as a young professional in the Bay Area. So I'm really excited. Jason is currently a senior product manager, is that right, at Fastly in Houston. Beryl is a lead product manager at, is it Carta? In San Francisco. So they, again, themselves are wonderful leaders and exciting professionals in the Bay Area and beyond in Houston in their own right. So I'm very proud to invite Jason and Beryl up on stage to introduce our rock star, Jielu Yu. Jason and Beryl, come on stage, and this mic is for Jason.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Jason.
And I'm Beryl, and we are the proud mentors of Amy Jielu Yu and the Alumni Spotlight tonight. I'm going to read, so sorry for not memorizing this. Before we met Amy 8 years ago, we already knew she was extraordinary. Despite having non-English speaking first-generation parents, she had gotten herself accepted into one of the most prestigious high schools, private high schools in the Bay Area, San Francisco University High School. She had applied, interviewed, and advocated for herself to get it. From the start, her brilliance, motivation, and boundless potential left us in awe, and she's continued to surprise us since.
When we first met Amy, she was a bit shy, speaking in a soft, quiet voice. But early on, to our surprise, she turned to us and said that I want to run for class president. She admitted she was a little nervous, but made it really clear that she wasn't afraid of the challenge. And while Amy, being typical Amy, she won, earning the trust quickly and admiration of her classmates. That role only added momentum to her transformation, helping her to develop her own voice and in time become a voice for others.
We met for college prep every Saturday, and Amy crushed it at that. She, through Minds Matter, she got accepted into summer programs at Harvard and Stanford. And she also got the opportunity to study abroad in Mallorca, Spain, at a marine biology program. Ultimately, she gained acceptance into the University of Chicago, which was a top 3 undergraduate program that year. And she got a full scholarship and ended up graduating magna cum laude.
Now, we'd love to stand here and take credit, but the truth is, we can't. Amy's success was entirely her own. She was the conductor of her journey, and we were a part of her orchestra. Through maintaining the consistency of our weekly meetings, we became a small part of Amy's support system and her biggest fans.
But we were also lucky that Amy thought we were cool enough to hang out with outside of the classroom. We bonded over our shared love of really great food, exploring new restaurants, especially spicy noodles around the Bay Area. And Amy even welcomed us into her home. We were able to meet her family, including her 8-year-old sister at the time, who's actually here and a Minds Matter mentee today. Yeah. Her sister would tell us how she begrudgingly allows Amy to share her room, and but was also quick to proclaim that Amy was the preferred weeknight chef in the house. By junior year, Amy had become a force to be reckoned with in badminton, even becoming the captain of her badminton team. We cheered her on at competitions, and I couldn't help but squeal with joy when she pointed out the cute boy on the doubles team.
Beyond editing applications and writing essays, Beryl and I shared our life experiences, insights, and definitely our mistakes along the way. We listened and empathized with Amy as she navigated her own challenges, reinforcing that she had people in her corner. Our bond didn't stop when Minds Matter ended. It carried through her 4 years of college and continues to this day. We've been there for each other through life's milestones, new jobs, dating, moving to new cities, and all the ups and downs that come with them.
So what's next? Growing up in an immigrant household, Amy was steered towards a career in medicine. Jason and I, both working in tech, have tried to steer her into easier pastures. But Amy has always stayed true to her personal ethos, helping those who need it most.
One of the many experiences that shaped this was her time volunteering as a medical interpreter at the Bridgeport Free Clinic in Chicago, where she helped elderly Chinese patients navigate healthcare despite the language barriers. It's just one of the many moments where Amy's immigrant identity intersected with her career aspirations to reveal a clear path forward.
And as mentioned earlier, she's currently working in a challenging but very fulfilling role doing social impact at Uber, which kind of ties the two together. And she's also finished wrapping up her med school applications. Amy's at exciting crossroads, and whatever she chooses, we know one thing's for sure, that Jason and I will be rooting for her along the way. Yeah. We're excited for her to come up and speak now.
Thank you, Jason, Beryl, and Irene for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jielu, Amy Yu, and today I stand here to share my journey of being a first-gen, low-income immigrant student and how Minds Matter Bay Area has shaped my experiences today. To illustrate my struggles and growth, I'd like to start with a personal story. In high school, a friend had asked me, "What are your thoughts on truffles?" I wasn't sure, and I had assumed that he was talking about the uber sweet chocolate treats that we sometimes get during the holidays. However, as the conversation went on, I quickly realized we were talking about entirely different things. My friend was amused by my mistake and pointed it out. I was flushed with embarrassment, and I began panicking internally. Gears were cranking in my head, and my only thought at the time was to fake it until I made it. Rather than admitting that I didn't know what truffles really were, I pretended that I did. This moment became a running joke, but for me, it highlighted a much deeper struggle: the desire to fit in and my fear of being different. This experience reflects my journey through high school, where I learned to navigate the complexities of being a first-gen, low-income immigrant student, connecting with students from different backgrounds. I was fortunate to receive a full scholarship to a prestigious private school. However, the sudden change in my social environment brought on feelings of shame and imposter syndrome. I had internalized a sense of self-doubt simply due to my different circumstances. My peers didn't have to take an hour-long bus ride to get to school or have to translate for their parents during back-to-school night. I wanted to hide my differences, and I struggled with the notion that I didn't belong, that my success was merely a stroke of luck. My high school had a program called Human Development, in which we took courses that exposed us to different social issues within the community. Very often, this meant that court discussions were often about the plights of the poor, the underserved, and how we as a privileged group could help. However, these discussions felt disgenuine, and it didn't feel empowering at all. What my classmates didn't realize was that the communities that they keep referring as them, I was actually a part of that them. I wanted to speak up, but I hesitated every time, until I found my voice at Minds Matter Bay Area. Minds Matter Bay Area is a transformative community of driven, high-achieving students. Here, I found a community of peers who took pride in their backgrounds and had similar challenges. Together, we embraced our unique identities and turned them into strengths. Our sessions were not focused only on academic enrichment. It was also focused on resilience, identity, empathy, and empowerment. For the first time, I realized that our backgrounds were not a hindrance. Rather, they were a testament to our perseverance. Through the guidance of my mentors, Beryl and Jason, I found the courage to voice my opinions in class. I began to challenge stereotypes and to speak out against misconceptions of low-income individuals as helpless. I highlighted how success requires more than just academic ability. It also requires opportunities and having the resources to know how to leverage them. Minds Matter Bay Area opened those doors for me. Experiences like the Harvard Pre-College Summer Program, a marine biology camp in Spain, and also biotech internships, which had otherwise felt out of reach at the time. More importantly, it connected me with a community that believed in my potential. The encouragement I received was transformative. I went from hiding my background to drawing upon it, to lead peers in impactful community initiatives, and to amplify our collective voices. As I took on leadership roles, I learned the importance of mentorship and support. Beryl and Jason were instrumental in helping me overcome my self-doubt. When I had first considered running for student president in Minds Matter Bay Area, I hesitated. I questioned my qualifications. However, their unwavering support in me and their belief in me helped me solidify my decision to take that leap. They helped me craft my campaign speech, provided feedback, and encouraged me every step of the way. I still remember the morning of the election when Beryl came in with a big box of donuts to support me. It was these acts of kindness and belief that empowered me to dispel my imposter syndrome and to focus on succeeding. My time in Minds Matter Bay Area also shaped my perspectives on social issues. In my college pre-med classes, I shared experiences of personal barriers to healthcare due to my immigrant background. These insights added to class and helped us talk about social determinants of health and also fostered a more inclusive and comprehensive learning environment. I realized that my experiences could contribute to important conversations and inspire change. Through these experiences, I've come to understand that success isn't just about individual talent or hard work. It's also about community support and access to resources. I've learned that talented, driven individuals can succeed, but they often need people who believe in them and can invest in their confidence. The mentor-mentee connection I have with Beryl and Jason has only grown stronger over time. I still consider them a vital part of my support network. Recognizing the profound impact that their guidance had had on me, I knew I wanted to give back to the community through mentorship. Minds Matter Bay Area was the obvious choice. Now, as a mentor myself, I strive to provide the same support that my mentors had given me. I see myself reflected in my mentees, who sometimes struggle with self-doubt and feel limited by their backgrounds. I always make sure to remind them that they are deserving of every opportunity. I encourage them to embrace their identities and to recognize the strength that comes from their unique experiences. Sometimes, all it took was someone to believe in their potential. I recently had a conversation with one of my mentees' mothers. She was concerned about her daughter's progress, but didn't know how to help because she was not familiar with the college application process as an immigrant parent. However, her concerns also wounded her daughter's confidence. Even in our preliminary meeting, she was planning for the worst. What if my daughter doesn't get into college? Should we start planning for city college courses? It was a remote meeting, so I couldn't see my mentee's reaction. However, I could empathize with her. It felt like a deja vu moment for me. My mom has always reminded me of a saying, 山外有山，人外有人. There's always a mountain beyond the mountains. There is always someone better than you. While this saying is meant to keep me humbled and grounded, it actually planted a seed of doubt. Recognizing that my mentee might feel the same, I made it a point to validate her efforts and progress. I made it a point to reassure her mother and to remind her of her daughter's artistic talent, thoughtfulness, and great SAT scores. Yeah. I did this to instill confidence, not just in her mother, but also in my mentee as well. I want her to know that I'll always be an advocate for her. And that I wanted them both to know that I believed in her, that her mentors believe in her, and the entire Minds Matter Bay Area community believes in her potential to achieve great things and to dream big. As I reflect on my journey, I take immense pride in my first-gen, low-income, immigrant identity. It's taught me the importance of resilience, empathy, and community support. I've witnessed firsthand how marginalization can stifle potential, and I'm committed to advocating for equitable access to opportunities. As I stand before you today, I urge each of you to embrace your backgrounds and use your voices. We all have unique experiences that can contribute to a richer understanding of our world. Together, we can create spaces where everybody feels empowered and valued, where no one has to hide their story to fit in. I want to thank Minds Matter Bay Area, my mentors Beryl and Jason, my peers, my mentees, and my family for their incredible support and for the amazing opportunity to be a part of such a transformative community. Let's continue to uplift each other, embrace our identities, and work together. to ensure that everyone has the chance to succeed. Thank you.
I think we can do even louder than that, right? Can we do even louder than that for Jielu? Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Jielu, we're so proud of you, so proud of you. I just want to say one thing. Everyone knows the saying, it takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise a child. But the second half of that statement, in my mind, that doesn't get said as often is that child can grow up to lift a village. And I think what we see in Jielu's story, her resilience, her talent, her sense of empowerment, she's only taken that to pay it forward to others. And right now it's her two mentees, but who knows who else she will lift up in her life. We are so excited to see all you will do to lift up a village yourself. Can we thank Jielu again?